Hey, how you doing? Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Emilio. I love tech and I love me, the Mac. I love all things iOS. I mean, I've got the suite, the phone, the watch, the tablet, the computers. Love them, love them, love them, love them. But you know what? I'm really excited today because I got myself a new M4 MacBook Pro. These things are awesome. They're so much faster. And what I'm going to be showing you in this video is how to get all the data transferred from an old Mac to a new Mac. So what I'm going to be showing you is from an old MacBook Pro. This is an M1 to a M4 MacBook Pro, but this process will also work the same if you're running different Macs. If you're running one of the desktops potentially to a laptop, if you're running from a laptop to another laptop, a desktop to a desktop, the process will run very, very similar. But one thing that you will need to make sure is that both computers, firstly, are plugged into power. Ideally, they will work. You'll be able to transfer data if they're not plugged in, but you may run out of juice halfway through. So make sure that they're both plugged into power if you're doing this on a laptop, and that they're both accessible, ideally on the same network, the same wireless network. If you're doing this at home in a business, that they're both connected and can access each other, because ultimately you need both computers to be able to see each other on the network to then be able to transfer the data over, okay? So let's now go ahead and open up our beautiful Mac M4, and then let's plug it in and do the thing. Oh, but before we do get into that, hey, you like tech like me, you love the Mac like me, remember as always to click on that subscription button, click on the bell so that you don't miss out on any of our video releases. Now I'm really excited to open this thing up. This particular one is like the darker model. If you're familiar with like the standard silver, this one is the space black 14-inch with the M4 Pro chip. Now I went for the Pro chip because I want some extra grunt, I want some extra processing power. Now it has 24 gig of RAM right out of the box, comes with an SSD hard drive. This is the 512 gig, but of course you can up all of this stuff when you are going and configuring your unit. So you can actually go and set it up with an M4 Pro chip that has either 12 core, 14 core, 32 core GPUs, the 40 core GPUs, etc. You can also up your memory up to 48. And you can up your hard drive up to 4 terabytes of SSD storage. Now on one side of my Mac, I've got my HDMI, a USB-C, and a SD card slot. And then on the other side, I've got a further 2 USB-Cs, a little headphone jack for your traditional analog, and then also the big old power there. Now, of course, over USB-C, I can also power the unit, so I don't have to plug in a power unit into the actual power slot. You can use the USB-C charger capabilities right there. Now, first thing I need to do is I need to, of course, get my Mac onto the Wi-Fi network. So making sure that you're following all the standard prompts to just set up the Mac, set up the language, do all of that jazz, and then connect it over to my Wi-Fi network. And then I'm going to be asked, what do I want to do? I've got the migration assistant open, and do I want to move it from a Windows PC? Yay, if you're moving from Windows to the Mac, good for you. Or you can do it from a Mac or from a Time Machine backup or a startup disk. In our case, of course, we're going to do from a Mac to Mac transfer, so we're selecting from a Mac. So with our old Mac right over here, ensuring that it's logged in, it's connected, it's on the Wi-Fi network, I'm going to go into the applications area inside of my Finder, selecting utilities, and then I'm opening up, hey, look at that, the migration assistant, which is the one that I'm going to be running on the old Mac. Going to follow the prompts, and then we go and throw in a code to make sure that both computers can see each other. You're going to get a very similar menu to the one that was on the new Mac. Here I'm going to say, now I'm going to be transferring my information to another Mac. All right, we go and select that one. Now look, in my case, I don't have either of these two plugged into power. You may get a warning asking you to plug your Mac into power if you don't have enough juice, or you can just ignore that warning if you've got enough battery power and you're confident. But look, really, the more data you've got, the longer this thing will take. So maybe just good precaution to plug them in if you need to. I'm then gonna get a code, a number. This is the number that I need to verify that they look the same. The old Mac, the new Mac should have the same number. If it looks good on the new Mac, we now go, yep, that's the one. We click on continue. And then we go into a little bit of a discovery phase where your old Mac is going to start looking for all of the applications, the documents, all of that, just getting everything ready for the transfer to the new Mac. But wait, we now need to go and be very specific around what data we need to be transferring over.
And then at this stage, it's just a little bit of an intermission. You just got to wait. And then all of the data should then show up on your new Mac. You're going to get a few different options showing you all of the size for all of the key bits of data on your old Mac, showing them up on your new Mac. Here, you can be very, very specific. If you don't want to transfer everything, you can untick the bits that you don't want. If your new Mac is big enough, you've got a big hard drive, and you're not going to have any problems with copying the whole lot, you want an exact copy, then go and select every single one and then continue to go on. And then this is where you go grab yourself a coffee or 2 or 3 because it'll take a bit of time. And then once that's all done, your migration will be completed. You then can log into your new Mac. Now, because this is the first time logging into a brand new computer, you may be asked to sign into your iCloud. You may be asked to verify your account details with your phone. And then you're done.
If you love this channel, if you love the Mac, if you love iOS, click on that subscription button, click on the bell so that you don't miss out on any of our video releases. We'll see you on the next video.